Welcome to my space. I am no therapist. I only do therapy with myself. And then I pass it on and share it. I am here to tell you the truths that you don't tell yourself. Because it's hard, and I understand that. It requires courage and a pair of balls. But then you need to work on yourself to be able to do that. That's why I have another channel for personal development and soul work. In here, we just have fun with try-ons, and I'll make you listen to some uncomfortable truths as well. Do you want to stay? I'm over and over and over and over again reading the same comments, the same messages, the same situations, and on and on and on and on like a hamster wheel. So many people trapped in a sexless marriage, in an unhappy marriage, in unfulfilling relationships. I just can't shut up. There's something in me that needs to come out and say, I am not there anymore, and I know how. So anyway, my big disclaimer is, I don't have any titles, I don't have any PhDs, I don't have anything like that, but I have common sense, and I have a lot of personal work done. And then I can help you, even if it's just to switch what needs to be switched. I have been in a sexless marriage for 3 years now. I'm 35, and quite honestly, it's soul destroying. Of course it is. 35 years old, 3 years in a sexless marriage? Are you kidding me? I have been with my partner, who's 33, for almost 7 years. So a 33-year-old woman in a 7-year relationship, not wanting sex. The last time was when we conceived our child at the end of 2021. My wife has been through a lot in the last few years. Well, we all have, especially in the last few years, right? A difficult pregnancy and birth, emergency C-section. Not diminishing anyone here, but many people experience difficult giving birth. I was one of them as well. That's not like exceptional. And an ADHD diagnosis. ADHD. I would be derailing if I talk about this, but is this not overwhelmingly common nowadays? It comes with the times. We are all ADHD in somehow if we don't pay attention, if we are not present, if we are not mindful. That's exactly why there are so many techniques to put the mind to rest, to calm down, to slow down. Life is challenging. We need to be willing to learn how to deal with life, with modern life. I'm trying to be compassionate and patient, but I don't know if I can do it. She sometimes finds sex painful, which we both knew about before we got married. Well, that's weird, because if she had painful sex before you got married, and why is that? You need to find the reason why. We've previously found ways to work around this and do other things to make each other feel good. But it's been over a year since we've done any of that either. And here's the key. So, you managed in the past to make each other happy somehow. It's not all about penetration. We know that. So, what's happened? That stopped completely. She says she now has a mental block around physical intimacy, to the point that her body shuts down. Conveniently, rather bluntly, she said that if we were to try anything, she would feel like she's being assaulted. She said she doesn't know what has caused this. Okay, she doesn't know why this has happened, but then why is she not trying to find out? I knew about the discomfort with sex, but I didn't sign up for a total withdrawal of intimacy. Am I being unreasonable? Of course that you're not being unreasonable, but first of all, you didn't sign up for anything. Even if you did, when you sign up for something, you can cancel your subscription, right? This is one of the things that blows my mind. The concept people have around marrying somebody, like it is the ultimate contract. It's not. It's not just the overly sexual stuff either. I can't remember the last time she initiated any kind of affection. Touching me, giving me a hug or a kiss on the cheek, lips. I can't remember the last time she complimented me. And here's another key. A spontaneous initiation of anything sexual is absolutely off the table. I don't try anymore because I know what the outcome will be. I hope that at this point you realize this is way, 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 way more complicated and way more than just not having sex. I've suggested scheduling it, not necessarily the whole 9 yards, but just whatever she feels comfortable with. But she says this would put pressure on her. We are selfish humans. She's only thinking about her. I've asked her flat out if she doesn't find me attractive anymore. No, she doesn't. She said it's not personal to me. She's lying. It is. And her aversion to it is the act itself, not me. And don't get me wrong, I'm not blaming her or anything. I think we all do that at some point. We are selfish without even realizing. It's really knocking my confidence and it's making me withdrawn, sullen and irritable. I bet. My wife seems more annoyed at my annoyance rather than the actual lack of intimacy itself and trying to address it. Because she doesn't want intimacy with you. I get that she's been through a lot and parenthood changes things. But it feels like I'm an afterthought now. You are an afterthought. And our relationship is withering on the vine. I'm a present father and more than pull my weight. I know these two things in and of themselves don't entitle me to sex. Maybe they don't, but they entitle you to some respect from yourself. I just make the statement to provide the context that we share the load. Honestly, getting anything from her feels like trying to solve a Rubik's Cube with one hand tied behind my back, whilst blindfolded. Should it really be this difficult to get love from your spouse? We all know the answer is no. It shouldn't be that difficult, of course. I feel like I'm pestering her and being a creep for wanting to be intimate and connect with her. I know I made vows, and here's what kicks me off. What vows? Vows in front of God? Do you know that God, which God? The gods that religions created are literally the Wizard of Oz? There is no man sitting on a throne up there off planet watching you and judging you, punishing you, following you like a big brother, watching what you're doing, and if you're being good or bad. That doesn't exist. That is a fairy tale. It's a tale, and we've been told this over and over again. Go and see Wicked, by the way. It's in the cinemas right now, and I've just watched it, and it's mind-blowing when you see what's underneath, when you see the significance of that. The Bible is a symbolic book collection of writings that we don't even know who wrote it. It's completely ridiculous. It's ridiculous. You just fell in love with someone and bought that dream of building a family and till death do us part bullshit. You surely love your wife because she's the mother of your child, because you were in love with her at some point, and she was in love with you at some point, hopefully. So you love each other. But that doesn't mean that you need to be together. It doesn't mean that. The problem is people see divorce as a failure, as something wrong, as something that is going to be punished. Are you afraid not to go to heaven? You are living in hell already. Heaven and hell are here on earth right now. It's only now that exists. And I want to support her. But I feel like I'm putting all the effort in. I want to stay together for our son. Another huge mistake. What do you want to be together for? What do you want to show your son? That it's better to be unhappy and together? Do you want him to be in your situation when he grows up? Do you want your children to go through an unhappy marriage? Is that what you want? Because statistics show that most marriages are unhappy. The problem is most people divorce with hate, hating each other. So how about divorcing with love? And honestly, it would break my heart not to see him every day and go through a divorce. I see my children every single day since day one that I separated. Every single day. I am present. We are both co-parenting. So it can be done. The question is how. And that's going to depend on your circumstances, of course. But it can be done. But I feel like a part of me is dying by staying. Any advice, solidarity, appreciated. Your marriage is not working, clearly. And it's still time to do things right because you don't hate each other. Some people wait, and I have a lot of experience in that because I'm a child of an unhappy marriage and I have lived through all this hateful divorce. You can avoid that now by speaking your truth, by owning your truth, by doing things with love, talking it through. Yes, you can go to therapy, you can do whatever you want. You can try everything. Is it gonna work? You don't know if you don't try. But most people realize anything works except the inevitable, which is a divorce. And it's fine. It's okay. You just can't do it. Do it right. So this is my advice. You have choice. So it's up to you to choose what you want. And I understand that you're scared. She's scared as well. But if you let yourself be driven by fear, you're not going to do anything. And it's going to take you years. The more afraid you are, the longer it's going to take for you to take a decision. Why do I say this? Why do I know? Why am I giving advice? Because I was once this sex avoidant wife for years. And I know what I'm talking about. And yes, others can say, no, it's not you, it's me. How many times you've said that when wanting to leave someone, for example? These are things we say so we don't tell the truth. Because the truth hurts. It's not you, it's me. And I say, sorry.